Baylor football has released their 2023 schedule, and it goes as follows. So, all these are on Saturdays, by the way. No Thursday night games. That's even better. I mean, September 2nd, Texas State. September 9th is Utah, which is a notable game because back-to-back Pac-12 champions, and who was in the Rose Bowl the last 2 years, but Cam Rising did get hurt in that last game. And we'll see if he even plays or it's going to be rusty. It's a situation to monitor, of course. Then you get to play Long Island on September 16th. You get Texas at home. That's 4 games at home right there. And Texas, they're going to be a very good challenge. They returned 10 starters on offense. The defense was good last year. But it's at home, so that's a good thing. We're going to get to play them early, I think. September 30th is your first road game at UCF. Then October 7th is Texas Tech at home. Then there's a bye week on October 14th, which is the perfect time to have a bye week because you have 6 games in right there. And 5 of those are home games. But then the following week, like October 21st, is at Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati is going to take a little adjustment period to the Big 12. And they have a new head coach, too, But that's just... And same goes for UCF, but I know UCF is going to be somewhat interesting, too. I think they're probably the better team, best team coming into Big 12 next year, because I think BYU is going to take a step back, honestly, from this past year. Look at all those guys they're losing. You get Iowa State at home, which you already went on the road to them last year. And you beat them. Granted, it was 1 touchdown, but it was a lot closer than the scoreboard indicated. It was not as close, really, as a 7-point difference. November 4th is at home against Houston as well. Then back-to-back road games on November 11th and 18th. Those are Kansas State and TCU. Kansas State, I think they're going to take a step back. They lost their best player on offense. But they have their quarterback, though, and I know they got some guys on defense they're losing, too. So they're going to take a step back, but I'm not sure if we're going to go on the road and beat them. Especially when they pretty much beat us up 31-3 last year. So that's to be determined. And TCU last year, they just had a magical run, but I don't expect that to happen back-to-back years. 1, they're losing 79% of the production in terms of touchdowns on offense. And 2, their defense was not even that great. And 3, they had a lot of close games within 10 points. I'd expect them to go as worse as 3-9 or 4-8. But I could see 8-4, but I just don't think 13 wins is going to... They're not going to go 12-0 again. I don't see it. And the last game is November 25th against West Virginia. So, as you can tell, there are 8 home games this year. That's an advantage. It really, really is an advantage. Because, yes, we do have kind of tricky road trips with UCF and Cincinnati. And, of course, we got Kansas State and TCU. And you know how we do against TCU recently. Hopefully next year is the year to finally beat them again. Hopefully it is. Especially to make up for that narrow loss to them last year. And I think we'll be closer with Kansas State this time. I do, but we have to wait and see. And it's going to be interesting with the 14 teams in the Big 12 now. Who's going to finish in the top 2? And you get to host Texas and Texas Tech. Both of those teams could very well finish in the top half of the league. And you get them at home. And remember, we destroyed Texas Tech last year at their place. And we're going to get to host them here. Of course, we have to wait and see what really happens. Anyways, if you like this content, like and subscribe on. I'll see you guys later. You can find subscribers. We're on the road to it. Let's go.